But now I want to show you guys how to create the page after your front page, which could be like a statement piece or a quote. So I'm going to duplicate this page or even start from blank. So and bring another image. So let's say vegetables. So I want to include a quote that's meant to fight against food waste. There we go. Again, I want to do the same technique, layering technique that I did here. Shapes. Turn it into maybe the same dark green. Lower the transparency. Or I could do it for half the page as well. Half the page, or just leaving a thin border, or the whole page. And then I'm gonna come here and write, okay, I really like this. Add a body of text. I'm going to use one of the fonts that I've saved. Ungroup this to erase anything extra. And so I could either Google quotes about quotes fighting food waste. All right, so I'm gonna stick with the first one. Respect for food is a respect for life, for who we are and what we do, by Thomas Keller. So I'm gonna use this quote. Respect for food is a respect for life. Life. Make it a little smaller. It makes us who we are and what we do. There we go. Now let's see. So this is all caps lock. I'm gonna remove that. Turn it into that yellow. Make it a little larger. Maybe I can try neon effect to make it stand out more. Thomas Keller. Making that white and adding a lift. Making it bold. Maybe this should be a little lighter. Or I think I'm just going to stick to that green. Let's see, maybe I can add a filter or leave it as it is, actually. All right. So now that I have that, I'm going to continue with using similar elements to what I have here to customize the rest of the slides. So, for example, let's say I want to make a table of content. I am going to choose one of the slides or bringing a new one. Let's say, for example, this one. All right, I'm going to make this table of content or index. All right, there we go. So actually, this element is a great example of what I mentioned previously. Some icons you could change each part of it into the color you desire, but other ones not really. So it just depends on which element you use. I'm gonna erase this. I'm gonna bring this down. Let's see. Play around a little with the fonts. Don't really like the B. Maybe I'll continue with the farm to table, which is a Signica, which is the Signica font. So much better. I'm just gonna go to the spacing and add a little more space to it. Okay, so one thing that I want to try is to use this circular paint stroke in here as well. So I'm just gonna bring this here, the third slide. I'm just gonna enlarge it and make it that green. So I'm trying my best to keep a common theme here. And maybe I could try and bring a frame, circular one, enlarge it. And this could have something yellow, so maybe corn, a photo of corn. Sure, this could work. One thing that I do want to try for the background is to see if I can kind of change this super plain white into something more rustic. So I'm thinking like a paper background almost. Something like that. Send it back. To kind of imply, you know, paper also gets wasted pretty easily these days. So I thought that it would make sense. But I am looking for one that's slightly a lighter color. How is this? That has too much of a red undertone. I'm going to select the image, go to edit, and adjust the brightness to make it lighter. And lower the contrast. Saturation. Tint, add a little bit more warmth. So I'm going to bring this back here. Warmth, vibrance, keep it low. Let's try fade. No. right. I think this is good for now. And I could use similar features such as these throughout my design, actually. Send this back. And remember, you could always erase them and change them. So right now, I made this really rustic. So it's a combination of natural elements and graphics. So that's why I'm feeling like the neon wouldn't go so well with this. So maybe I'll just turn it into a brighter yellow and just add a lift. Make it bold. Okay. There we go. And now for this one, I like the scribble here, but it is animated. One thing about animated files is that when I come to download, and I download it, it'll be static, so it wouldn't be moving that much. And this is a bit of a problem because I can't decide which position it freezes in. So it might be all the way, sometimes it's halfway. It's good to find alternatives. So if you are looking for a static element or icon, go with that actually. So let me try and see what I find. Scribble. This arrow is quite nice. Maybe I could use it later on. Let's go to magic recommendations. Could work, but it's not as pretty as the animated one. So I'll just leave it there, and then if it froze in a way that I didn't like, I'll change it later on. Okay, so far so good. Here I think I'm also going to add the paper background. So again, paper, and I'm gonna star this. I can bring this in like this or just copy what I did here so I don't have to edit it again. And I'm just going to keep that for half the page because I want to keep a balance of graphics used and natural elements that have been used. So I'm just going through, noticing that this green is different from this green. I'm going to change that. So this is brighter. This is a little darker. There we go. And it's the same green here. All right, I'm going to leave that be. This page, maybe I can add something different. So let me come back to elements. Maybe I could try using that paper design for the bottom. Only the bottom part. And up here, could be maybe a photo related to agriculture again. So let me try that. Or food. vegetables, probably. Let me try to look for. All right, this could work. Although it's too crowded. I'm going to replace this text. Okay, actually, I need to make the background brighter. There we go. All right, and now on to the next slides.